Scorpio, it's September 2020. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. I'm back. My apologies for last month. As many of you know, my mother passed away and I'm now back on board. I've been able to go through a pretty intense experience. Of course, losing a loved one is always an intense experience. And if we take a look here, I'm going to animate the chart now. There we go. We can see, especially, let me get my glasses on or I'm not going to be giving you the right information. The full moon on the 2nd is very important in the 5th house of creativity and idealism, because you've got Neptune there playing out, and also the opposition of Mercury on the 3rd, leading up to the 2nd and 3rd to Neptune. So your thinking, your emotions may be subjected to this Neptunian influence. Creative on the one hand, a little bit confusing on the other. The other important event this month, well, it's very significant for yourself and Aries, because Mars is your co-ruler. And after this transit of Mercury here, which moves into your 12th house on the 6th of the month, you see at the same time a conjunction of the moon, which is one of your better planets, and Mars, lucky for work, lucky for health. This 6th house is health. But if you keep your eye on this Mars, it's going to go into a retrograde motion on the 11th. And that's significant because this 6th house has to do with both your health, we've mentioned that, and your work practices. When the planet is retrograde, it indeed brings with it a whole new approach to what you're doing. It sometimes means completely demolishing what you've started and having to redo that all again. You see it there on the 10th. It's moving into its stationary mode, what we call the first station there. And then it's going to start apparently going backwards through this 6th house. You also notice that while you're doing that, it's a good thing, because Venus, the benefic, moves into your 10th house of career. Just at the time that Mercury, that was on the 6th, just at the time Mercury moved into your 12th house. And there's a nice aspect between these two. So this is deep thinking, it's going behind the scenes. And although there's a lot of outward show here and a lot more activity, particularly there around the 14th, when the moon makes contact, your luck planet, this is the 9th house, what we call the luck planet, moving through the karma sector with Venus, brings some level of good fortune to you. There's a new moon that takes place as well to add to this really good fortune, notwithstanding the retrogression. Actually, the retrogression for those who are ruled by Mars, or who have Mars ruling good houses, is actually quite lucky and actually empowers it. So this is a very empowering month for you, particularly after the new moon of the 17th. And on top of that, it happens in your 11th house, the networking house, the acquisition house, the profit sector. Very, very nice placement. There's a connection here with Mercury in the spiritual sector of your horoscope on the 19th. Good time to bring the pressure down. You'll be high powered up till that point, that first couple of weeks in September. You're going to achieve a lot. You're going to be revamping a lot of things. And you're not going to escape that, even though the moon moves into your first house, which is your own self and sense of identity, projecting emotionally. You'll note here that on the 23rd, the ingress or the movement of the sun into this 12th house as well. So a lot of spiritual work going on, a lot of reevaluation of your own character right now. What is it in yourself that you can do? Not in terms of your skills as to what you do in your work, but in terms of yourself as a person. What is it you can do to lift your ball game? In terms of compassion, in terms of listening more, in terms of helping others, putting yourself out for others, increasing your level of service, selflessness. That's what this 6th house and 12th house is about. You see that? 23rd, the transit of the sun. It's called the Libra ingress. There are 4 ingresses throughout the year. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. This one's important for you because Libra is your 12th house. And that is going to, again, accentuate the need for solitude. A lot of you will be pulling back. Solitude, spirituality, meditation, yoga, self-help. And you'll notice then that Mercury moves into the sun sign. That's also important. That takes place on the 27th, of course. And that means perhaps communicating some of these newfound insights. On the very last day of the month, we see that the moon completes its circuit of your horoscope, coming back in touch again with spiritual Neptune. So there's a lot of spirituality, a lot of self-insight during the month of September. And that is going to really underpin your efforts with Venus here in the 10th house of work. Retrograde Mars, just recapping, in the 6th house of efforts. The health aspects, looking at your diet, working on that. And of course this creative impulse. So it's a big month. I think a positive month. I'm happy because, as you know, many of you know I'm a Scorpio as well. But I'm not giving you a good reading just because I'm a Scorpio as well. I'm giving you a good reading because those transits are, I think, significant and are going to bring out the best flavour in our Scorpio tribe throughout September. Don't forget, take a look at the daily, monthly, weekly and the yearly horoscopes that I've got there for you at astrology.com.au. Subscribe below, please. And if you need anything, just write to me. Send me a message. If you need a personalised reading, I'm here to arrange that with you as well. Take care, stay safe. Until next month, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.